Alright, so Roblox's facial age recognition system is an absolute shit show, and today we're going to talk about it because it labeled me the wrong age, and now it's messing up my account. So, for those of you that don't know, part of Roblox's mission towards safety and keeping players safe and blah 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 is by implementing a system of facial recognition, which, if you don't know what that means, it basically means that Roblox will use AI to scan your face and, with lots of certainty according to them, determine your approximate age. Which, if you couldn't tell, this is obviously quite a big issue because a lot of people don't look their actual age. Personally, I get ID'd everywhere I go because nobody believes I'm of age. And that's just been something I've dealt with for a long time. Even when I was live streaming on TikTok with my friends, it banned our TikTok because it thought I was under 13. And at the time, I was like 17 years old. So you can guess where I'm going with this. I look a lot younger than I am. But regardless, there has been a lot of discourse about this, and mainly people just complaining about it, and I want to get into it and just how this works and how kind of creepy this is. So I grabbed this little definition from an article, and it reads, "This is the most prevalent method. AI systems analyze facial features in images or real-time video feed to estimate age, and it uses something called feature mapping." Which feature mapping is the technology maps specific facial landmarks such as the corners of the eyes, lip boundaries, and bone structure that change over time. It also conducts pattern recognition, which means deep learning models, particularly convolutional neural networks, CNNs, that's a big word, are trained on millions of faces with known ages to learn and interpret age-related patterns such as skin texture, wrinkles and lines, and facial contours. Estimation versus recognition. This process is distinct from facial recognition. It estimates an approximate age range, which is within 3 to 5 years of the actual age. So if it's like typically pretty accurate, but within 3 to 5 years, well, 3 to 5 years could be the difference between being 13 years old and being 18. And that's like the whole problem on Roblox is that 13-year-olds are actually being victimized by 18-year-olds. So it's kind of counterintuitive. Now, before we get too much into it, I want to play a quick game with you guys, okay? Do you guys know who this is? Don't spoil it. For those of you that know, how old do you think this person is? How old? Guess. You got 3 seconds. Yeah, they're 12. That's Northwest and she's 12. Like, and I know in this picture in particular, she was wearing fake tattoos on her face, I believe. But if you see anything else Northwest wears, which to be fair, she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. Like, she's gorgeous. However, she typically dresses in a more, I don't know, older way, I guess. She doesn't dress like a typical 12-year-old. Like, at 12 years old, I was wearing rainbow leggings and a unicorn shirt to school. Like, I had no shame, right? And Northwest definitely has a lot more fashion sense than I ever had at that age. However, it does make her look quite a bit older, and a lot of people are actually shocked to find out she's 12 years old. Take this one as an example. How old do you think this person is? They're 13. Yeah, she looks to be about like 21 to me. Maybe I'm like estimating wrong, but 13 years old? I must have been the ugliest 13-year-old known to man, because when I look back at pictures like that, I'm like, ugh, I don't look anywhere like that. I'm so sad. And this is another example. This is a beautiful woman. However, she was doing a makeup challenge where it was like unrecognizable makeup or something like that. This is her before picture, and this is her after. Do you think that Roblox would estimate these people at being the same age? I would say probably not. And as we just read, facial recognition software utilizes a variety of things, including pattern recognition, to analyze things like bone structure. Well, if you look at makeup as an example, contour is used to make your bone structure look different, to make your cheekbones look more pronounced, to make your jawline look sharper, to make your nose look thinner. There's so many things that you can do with makeup that completely alter the way that you look. If you guys ever seen those like unrecognizable makeup challenges, you will see like how much makeup can change your face. And that's not an insult to anybody who uses a ton of makeup. However, it just goes to show how much you can just totally change your face. And so if you're wearing makeup, facial recognition goes out the window because it's completely useless because you can look however old you want to look. On top of that, who's to say like one of those kids or someone who wants to use facial recognition wouldn't just go ahead and put on like one of those old man masks? I'll put a picture of it on the screen. They're like uncanny and creepy. But some of them, you can like blend it into your skin and it looks real. And it's like honestly so shocking. And that's what I don't understand about this. And that's why the system is so flawed. Personally, I'm always, any AI that I've used, or even like, I was trying to do something the other day with my bank and it was getting me to verify my identity or something like that. And I put in my age and I put in a picture of my ID and I was like scanning my face and it would not take my face because it didn't believe I was the same person in my ID because my face hasn't really changed that much. but my cheekbones have become a lot more pronounced within the past like year and a half, and it wouldn't believe it was me. It was the exact same picture. Like, I looked like myself, but because of my cheekbones, it didn't believe I was who I was saying I was. I don't even know, but it was the most convoluted thing ever, and I had to actually go into the physical bank to get access to my bank account, it was a whole thing, which I'm not going to get into here. But regardless, facial recognition is such a flawed system, and what's even creepier about it that I haven't seen anybody talk about is you're literally giving your face to AI. And I'm not going to sit here and be like an AI hater and be like, oh my God, they're watching us. They're always watching us. No, this isn't like a freak out or anything like that. No. However, what's really interesting to me is that people don't seem to realize that like AI will scan your face, sure, but where do you think that content's stored? Because I can guarantee it's not immediately deleted. Like anything you upload to the internet, especially if it's like a video or a picture, that's there forever. And although companies can say like, oh, we deleted it, how long is it kept in server storage before it's deleted? That's my question, right? And the other thing that's like creepy too is like Roblox had at one point their what was it, age verification with IDs, and people just end up using their friends' IDs. So who's to say that when you're verifying your face, you wouldn't just get your mom to like hold your phone, or like some untech savvy old person and like your grandma or something, give her your phone, and then your grandma scans your face like, oh yeah, you're 67, congratulations, you get free reign of Roblox, go enjoy the terrible people on the platform. You know what I mean? Like, this is just such a flawed system, and it's going to end up just like the ID system where people were stealing other people's IDs and even paying people on like Discord and Twitter to send them pictures of their IDs for the age verification. And what's creepy about it too is that those IDs weren't necessarily disposed of right away. They were kept actually for a little chunk of time in the system. And what's even scarier is that Roblox is not, for legal reasons, this is just my opinion, but Roblox is not a stranger to data breaches. And if you guys don't know, a couple years ago, the DevX program, which is like a program where developers can turn Robux into real life money, that program was and developer information was leaked, and it led to a bunch of people, from my recollection, getting doxxed because Roblox was hacked. Yeah, so I don't know how much I'd be trusting Roblox with my ID personally, in my opinion, for legal reasons, my opinion. I don't know how much I'd be trusting Roblox with my ID, or even uploading pictures or videos of my face to Roblox, because I don't know where that content's gonna go, especially since if they're using AI, which is what people are speculating, to do this age verification, how do I know that my face and my likeness won't then be used by AI to create like AI models and stuff like that? I'm not saying I'm pretty, but I mean like AI models, like 3D models of people. Because if you guys have noticed, like a lot of Instagram influencers, or even just public figures, there's like this whole thing of like AI singers coming out, and the uncanniness between these AI singers that have been made to actual real life people is so scary. And it's really obvious that some of these development companies have just stolen the faces of real life people, or like meshed different like parts like Kim Kardashian's nose with like, I don't know, somebody else's smile and, maybe Northwest's hair or something like that. And they make this new character, but it's based on like real people and real people's attributes, which in my opinion is so freaky. That's so creepy. So how do I know, and this is just speculation, but how do I know my face won't then be used to train AI or used to create AI models or stuff like that? How do I know that my personal information is going to be safe? And I know a lot of people at the end of the day, especially kids, they don't care. They're like, whatever, like who cares if they know my first and last name? Well, you have to think about like how that's going to impact you long term. And I personally wouldn't want any massive companies, especially ones that actively, in my opinion, profit off of you sharing your data with them to create curated experiences for you and curated ads towards you and curated game recommendations for you based on the data they've collected about you and your preferences. I would want a game that actually profits off that, having more information about me, so much so to like what my face looks like and my exact age. That, in my opinion, is just such a huge overstep, and they say like it's for like the sake of like public safety, but I feel like there's ways to go about public safety without having like forcing kids to upload videos of their faces to confirm how old they are. Like honestly, it's just like a whole terrible thing. And my opinion is that if Roblox actually wants to make their platform safer, they need to actually initiate some sort of system where players can only have one Roblox account. And I know for everybody who has a spam account, sorry, but they need to have just one Roblox account, and you have to actually put in a request to make an account where you have to right off the bat upload your phone number, email, and I don't know, picture your ID, whatever, something to prove your age, right? And you can, on that ID, you can blur out, your address or other details aside from your birthday, right? And I think that'd be really valuable, because then you won't allow people who are banned for doing terrible things on Roblox to keep making new accounts. You can monitor to a degree who's coming on your platform, and on top of that, you can have players information right off the bat, not to the point where it's super invasive and now you can keep using that information, but to the point where you can verify their accounts without stopping their gameplay and asking them for a video of their face. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not trying to sound like super like conspiracy theorist in this video, but it's just shocking to me that Roblox wouldn't do that. And the truth is, in my opinion, they won't do that because they don't want to see the amount of players playing on their platform to go down. Because the way Roblox values itself and the way it's valued in the public trading is by how many people are joining the platform. The growth month after month really does dictate how many people are investing in Roblox because it is a publicly traded company. So when you don't have a ton of people joining, the game scene is dying or not as many people are active on it. And Roblox likes to flaunt, we have this many users, but the truth is, I bet a million of those accounts are my spam accounts, babe. No, I'm kidding. I have like 2 accounts, that's it. But a lot of those accounts are just spam accounts, bots, random people who have like 15 accounts for some reason. And so when Roblox says, we have this many users, well, no, you probably have like a fraction of that because I think everybody and their grandmother has like an alt account or an old account that they've abandoned on Roblox. You know what I mean? So I honestly don't think that if Roblox's intention was to keep players safer, I genuinely do think that they would implement a system right as you sign up so that dangerous people can't continue to sign up for the platform. However, because Roblox, in my opinion, typically tends to value profits and numbers over player protection, again, in my opinion, I don't think they do that. So I guess we're just gonna have to settle for sending our faces into AI technology. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below though, because I don't know, it just feels so dystopian to me and it's creepy. And honestly, I think if Roblox is gonna like prompt me to show it my face, I'm probably not gonna do it. Because like, what games do I need to play on Roblox that require my face anyways? Like, no, not happening. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.